On February 3, 2025, President Trump signed an executive order. This order was a big deal. It created America's first ever sovereign wealth fund. This move was unexpected. It could have big consequences for the U.S. economy. So, what exactly is a sovereign wealth fund? In simple terms, it's like a giant savings account for a country. Governments use these funds to invest money. They want to grow their wealth over time. The money often comes from a country's surplus revenues. This could be from things like oil exports or trade surpluses. The idea of the U.S. having a sovereign wealth fund is new. Other countries have been doing this for years. Norway, for example, has a massive sovereign wealth fund. It comes from their oil revenue. China also has a large fund. They built it through years of export-driven growth. President Trump says the U.S. fund has several goals. One goal is to make sure the country's finances are strong in the future. Another goal is to make the economy more secure for future generations. It's like saving for a rainy day but on a national scale. So, how will the U.S. use this new fund? The possibilities are interesting. One idea is to invest in infrastructure. Think roads, bridges, and airports. These investments could create jobs and boost the economy. Another idea is to invest in companies both in the U.S. and abroad. And then there's TikTok. Remember that whole saga? Well, President Trump has suggested the fund could buy TikTok. This would keep it under U.S. control. It's a bold idea, and it shows how this fund could be used in unexpected ways. The U.S. is late to the sovereign wealth fund game. Many other countries have had these funds for years. Norway's fund, for example, is the largest in the world. It's worth over $1.7 trillion. They invest in a wide range of assets, like stocks and real estate. China's fund is also huge at over $1.3 trillion. These funds can be powerful tools. They can help countries save for the future. They can also be used to influence global markets. Some people worry about the lack of transparency in these funds. The creation of a U.S. sovereign wealth fund raises some important questions. One big concern is transparency. How will the fund be managed? Will the public know how the money is being used? These are important questions, and a lack of transparency could lead to problems. Another challenge is funding. The U.S. has a large budget deficit. Where will the money for this fund come from? Some experts have suggested using revenue from tariffs. Others have proposed selling government assets. The creation of a U.S. sovereign wealth fund is a significant development. It has the potential to benefit the country in the long run. However, it also raises important questions about transparency, governance, and funding. How these challenges are addressed will determine the ultimate success or failure of this bold move.